Hello, everyone. We are here today with Álvaro Castillo, who was a Canada InfoNet participant in 2020. Álvaro arrived in Vancouver, British Columbia in July 2020, and despite all the challenges of being a new immigrant arriving in the middle of a pandemic, was able to secure a position in his field of work as an inventory planning manager at Article, a Canadian online furniture company, in just 4 months. Álvaro is here today to share his experience with us. Hi, Álvaro. Welcome, and thank you for being here.
Hi, Ligia. Thank you for having me today.
You're welcome. So can you tell us a little bit about your experience and what was the main challenge you faced in your job search as a newcomer to Canada?
Well, in my own case, I when I came here, I didn't have many friends or family. I actually don't have any family at all here in Canada. So I would say that's one of the main challenges that any newcomer faces when coming here. You don't have that network, either a personal network or a professional network that you can rely upon and for your job search. So I would say that's one of the main challenges. And then there's the fact that you probably don't have any Canadian experience, which was the case for me. And that can be another obstacle, which makes it a bit more difficult to find that first job when you come here. And that was the case for me as well.
Okay, thank you. And what were the main strategies that you used on your job search?
Well, when you come here and you don't have a network, a professional network, people that you know, then you have to start building that network yourself. So my job search strategy was to try to build that network by securing informational interviews, researching, creating a list of target companies for which I would have liked to work, and once that you have that list of companies, investigate as much as you can about those companies, and then try to secure as many informational interviews as you can with people from those target companies. And that's a way in which you can learn more about those companies, their culture, what is it like working there, what are their current challenges, what kind of people work at those companies, what are some of the policies that they have. And that can help you in more than one way. In a way, you can learn more about the company by talking to people who are already working there. At the same time, you are already building those long-term. You're already building those connections, and in order to establish a long-term relationship, which can be fruitful for you, not necessarily immediately, but in the long term. And that's another way in which you can actually get job interviews. If you can secure an informational interview, you may have the possibility of getting that person to refer you to a recruiter. That's the ideal case, but that you shouldn't go to an informational interview with that precise goal in mind. Your goal should be making the informational interview about that other person that you're talking to, in order to build that relationship with them. So in general, that was my main job strategy. And at the same time, prepare and refine your resume to Canadian style and standards. That's one of the things that I like a lot about the Canada InfoNet program. It helped me a lot to refine my resume. I look at what my resume looked like before I joined the program, and I'm a bit embarrassed now, because I do think that my resume improved a lot after going through the program. So do work on your resume and do not settle on that very first version that you prepare. Keep refining it. Keep adapting it to every job application, and don't just use the same document for every job application. You do have to adapt it. That's the other thing. prepare and refine your resume, and then start networking. Those are the main strategies that I would suggest.
These are definitely great strategies for job search in Canada. Thank you for sharing. And we know that this is was already a challenge for newcomers, but with the pandemic, even more so. So how did you stay motivated and focused during this period? It took you 4 months to get your job. How did you keep yourself motivated and focused on the job search?
Well, 4 months is a relatively short period of time, but still during that time you can become quite stressed about the experience that you're going through. Immigrating to a new country can be quite a stressful experience. So I would recommend that you, as part of your relationship building, try to find a community of people who are going through a similar experience, because just having the chance to talk to people who are going through similar experience can help you a lot. That can be beneficial for your mental health, just being able to see that you're not the only one going through this experience. Hearing about other people's experiences, that can help you a lot. In my own case, I found a community of people led by a professor in the GTA area. And this professor leads a group of people who gathers every week. They have webinars in which they talk about several topics, and people share about their own experiences. So being able to talk to other people definitely helps you a lot. And if you have family and friends, that's even better. Keep close to them. And if you don't, try to find that community of support for you, because that will definitely help you not only stay motivated, but also focused. Even if you go through programs like Canada InfoNet, where they give you the tools and show you the way that you have to go through, you can lose the focus down the road. So talking to other people can help you stay focused, and not to forget about those things that you need to be doing. So I would recommend you to do that. Find a community of support. Talk to other people who are going through a similar experience.
Thank you. Thank you for that. It's definitely helpful to be connected, and we can do that virtually. You did with people in a completely different province, right? With a professor in the GTA. So
that's one of the things that COVID has normalized, let's say. Nowadays, it's pretty normal to talk to people through Zoom, through Microsoft Teams, people who are located in anywhere in the world. So that's normal nowadays, and you should take advantage of that new reality.
Yeah, it's a silver lining for sure in all of this. Thank you. So you mentioned a little bit, but is there anything else that you would say of how Canada InfoNet, which is a pre-arrival employment program that you were part of, how did Canada InfoNet help you prepare for your job search in Canada? Anything else you would add?
I think it helps you to adapt and prepare to the Canadian mindset, to the Canadian style of doing business, the way of applying to jobs. I like the fact that the online workshops and presentations by Canada InfoNet not only prepare you to your job search, but they also include some workshops to after you find a job about business communication, providing feedback, getting feedback from your superiors. That's definitely something which helps you a lot, especially if you come from a place with quite a different culture. So it definitely helps you to adapt your mindset to that new culture. I did mention how my resume improved, and I want to go to that again. So one of the things that I liked also about Canada InfoNet is that not only you go through a specific workshop to refine your resume, but you also have the possibility of having one-to-one sessions with your mentor who can help you refine and provide additional tips for refining your resume, which may not necessarily be on those workshops and on those presentations. So that's definitely helpful.
That's great. Thank you. And then lastly, to close our interview, if you could give only one tip, you have given amazing tips, but if you had to pick just one tip for those who are coming to Canada and looking for their first job, what would it be?
Start networking as soon as possible and as much as possible. Network, network, network. Get as many informational interviews as possible. That will give you an edge over your competition.
Thank you. Thank you for that. And just a curiosity, if you know, do you know how many informational interviews you had?
I cannot recall the precise number right now, but yes, I did have many.
Yeah, I would think so.
Including one at the company for which I work now. So that helped me a lot, definitely.
That says a lot. Thank you, Álvaro, so much for these very insightful tips and advice and for sharing your experience with us. We hope it will help other future immigrants who are also preparing to come to Canada or recently arrived and looking for their first job like you did. We wish you a lot of success in your career and in your journey in Canada.
Thank you, Lygia. Thank you again for having me today. And thank you. You were my your counselor, and you were the ones with whom I had that one-on-one session to refine my resume. So thank you.
You're welcome. It was a pleasure.